All right, so thanks for being here. I'm just going to run through the announcements because there's quite a few of them. And then we have Brandy here, so you might not recognize her, but I will introduce her in a second. So, last day of June, guys, I first want to remind you that it's not over till it's over. So, make sure you're reaching out to your people, letting them know that there's still the Summer Strong sale going on, and that directly applies to the 645 launch. So, if you're still pushing for goals, use the message pod. Let us help you with conversations. I know I saw a few new coaches in there asking questions today, which is awesome. Like, you're never alone. We're here to help you. Also, just like a celebration, hopefully you saw Beachbody went live on the stock exchange this week, which is a really big deal and going to give us a lot more opportunity to expand our technology and just like what we do as a company. So definitely recommend if you haven't gotten some shares yourself. Like, it felt good for me to invest back into what I believe in. So if you have a spouse that's into the stock market, talk to them, let them help you, because that's what I did. Also, big team call next week. Okay, so if you've been living under a rock, I'm just going to remind you there's a team call recordings link at the top of the team calendar, pinned to the top of the hub. So all of your things that you need to know as a coach are there in one spot. And there's a direct link to my YouTube where all of our team calls go. So 2 weeks ago, we did a call on all the 645 stuff. The main dates you need to know: July 6th is the discount coach launch. So that's coming up in a week from yesterday. And then the customer launch will happen on the 19th. So on the 7th, next week's team call, we're going to do a team wide push for explaining kind of what it means to be a discount member, why people should enroll as that from the very beginning so they can start in our first wave of test group on the 19th. So we have two test groups. One starts July 19th, one starts August 2nd. So you need time to have your stuff shipped. That's why we're pushing the 6th and 7th for as many people as possible to commit to the program so that they can start on that first date. I think anybody who's done a test group on this call will tell you that you have major FOMO if you do not start the first date. It's just how it works. Like, that first group of people are very committed. A lot of them do every single test group. If you've never done a test group before, that's just a huge opportunity to kind of really launch your business, go all out with a program. I'm sure Brandy will talk a little bit about that. But July 6th, coach launch, all of us commit to it, and you have the opportunity for your challengers that are maybe customers and buying things at full price to learn more what the opportunity is to be a discount coach and just get in and commit to that test group. So we'll be going over all of that next team call, and you can invite your challengers to that as well. We're going to break down pricing and all of the benefits of doing that. Okay, another reminder that the sneak peek group, so that's a free group that you can invite anybody who's interested in 645, is still running. The link to that is also pinned to the top of the team calendar. Everything's in one spot. If you have questions, put it in the message pod. Summit is coming up in July, which, for those of you who don't know what Summit is, if you're a new coach, it is our annual coach conference, and it is completely virtual this year. You do need to still go register for it, but it will be free to you. There's a bunch of us heading to Arizona to actually do it together, because typically there's 30,000 coaches in one spot together. And unfortunately, we can't do that, which I so hate, because I think this would have been my, I lose track, 6th or 7th summit as a coach. And it's hands down one of my favorite times of the year, because you guys know summer is a time of year when it's easy to take the brakes, or to put the brakes on, and to maybe be a little more lax in your business. So this is kind of the restart of the Beachbody year. Coach Summit kind of marks that. All the new programs get launched, all of the new products get launched, all the secrets come out. Maybe we'll get some from Brandy tonight. I don't know. But it's a huge opportunity for you as a coach to really learn about what is Beachbody about, and who do we represent as a company, to me as a family, because that's what I consider this as. So if you're a new coach especially, or you've never been to Summit, mark some time on your calendar. You will be able to watch the links after if you can't make it like at 11 a.m. during the day. I get it, y'all work. But schedule out some time that week to really breathe in what Beachbody is about and where we're going as a team so that you know what's going on. And as one more reminder, in the Beachbody Champions page, which is the training page run by corporate, there's a bunch of videos that went up about 6:45 this week. Again, I'd highly recommend taking some time on this long weekend, schedule it out, get up an hour earlier and start learning about what we're about to start. I think, especially when we're going to something new, you want to be armed with the confidence to answer the questions that people are going to ask you about this program. And the best way to do that is to treat yourself like a freshman and study what you're sharing, right? It's kind of like college. So I think that is all. Let me see, all the announcements. Portion Fix will also be launching as new videos with the 6:45 launch, which is something else pretty cool, and a lot of other fun things coming with Summit. So really use this long weekend to your advantage. I know there's a lot going on, but your main thing is to figure out what your goal is for July and align this new program launch to exactly hitting that goal with the people that you want to help, because this is a huge opportunity for us to serve people and to make this fun. Because y'all know when you do a program together and you do it all out, it becomes like a ripple that we're going to go into the fall with new coaches and new faces and new energy and new excitement. And we know that body's coming out. We know that spinning's coming out. Y'all know some of the stuff that's already coming. And right now we build to that. So I could go on my speaker box for like 5 million hours, but Summit, make time for it. 6:45, make time for it. Get yourself armed and ready to make July the biggest, baddest month we have as a team. Allie, did I miss anything else? Mom brain, I'm putting you on point. Okay.
I don't think you did.
Cool. Recognition time, and then we'll shift it over to Brandy. What shout outs do y'all have?
Shout out to Jamie, who's SC4 in her account and 2 in her husband's. So doing amazing.
Very proud of you. I want to shout out Noelle because she is already planting seeds for 6:45, asking all the questions. Super duper proud of you because she knows, she's like, I'm trying. And I was like, you know, you're not allowed to say the word try in our team. You're doing it. You're talking to people. So give yourself credit for that. And I'm super proud of you for being here. Any other shout outs? I wanted to do one more shout out for all of the girls going to Arizona and making that commitment to spend time with the team. I can't wait to squeeze you, Jamie. I know it's going to be such a fun experience, like our mini summit, and I know we'll have a few more events coming up very shortly. All right, guys. So if you don't know who Brandy is, when you become a certain rank in the company, basically Star Diamond and above, you are connected to a corporate mentor. So I've been working with Brandy for, I don't know, over a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I've had a couple different corporate mentors because we change regions and we have new faces, which is awesome. And I love that about corporate because often what you don't realize, you guys get a lot of support when you get to a certain level in the business that is way different experience than just signing new challengers. It becomes, you allow yourself to be bonded in like I say, I call Beachbody my family because 99% of my friends are from here and you get to know them. So I've worked with Brandy in kind of strategizing how I want to build my team and, you know, helping with volume and more complex, intricate things as your team gets bigger. So I asked her to come on because she actually had a baby last summer. So she's had that new mom transition over the last year, which, as some of y'all understand, that can be challenging. But she works for corporate directly. So she mentors coaches to build their businesses, build their teams, help with all of these complex things going on. And it's not often that we get them here to share with us. So Brandy's going to be sharing a little bit about kind of kicking off July, what's to come, maybe secrets that she hasn't told anybody else that she can tell us. I don't know. I'm putting the pressure on. But mostly really talking about, I told her that all of us work full time. So I think it'd be great to just give you guys a taste of what that corporate mentorship even looks like and how you all really do matter and you're super duper important to where we go as a team. So I kind of left it open to her. I'm really proud of you guys for being here. Make sure you take all your Instagram stories and tag each other because you're spending your time here. And I'll shut up and let you take the floor, Brandy. Thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Danielle. So again, I'm Brandy Schaefer. And like Danielle was saying, is my whole entire team is literally hired to help you guys be successful. And so I want you to realize, like, how cool is it that the company that you guys are a part of cares so much about your guys' success that my entire team literally was hired for you to be able to do that. So I work primarily with the 2 to 5 stars, but I do want you guys to realize that I am here to utilize as a resource. So if you guys ever have any questions about anything related to any of that, like, please feel free to reach out to me. But how many of you guys are emeralds? Okay, Jamie, sorry, I gotta hover. How do I, Moana? Did I say that right? Moana? I don't. So, okay, awesome. So if you guys are emeralds, I actually want to hurry and plug in before I get into my stuff because it's brand spanking new. Jen Thomas has a page especially for you guys. Are you guys in her page by chance?
Is it the push to diamond one?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in that one.
Perfect. So Moana, sorry, I'm terrible. I don't know which one it is. Make sure you go get in her page, okay? And then when you hit diamond, you get to work with Kevin Shaw, and he has a diamond group and a push to 1-star group. The really cool thing about the push to 1-star is he has specific requirements for you to be in that page. So if that is something that excites you and you're wanting to push for, like, okay, Moana, there you go. Thank you. I appreciate that. So if that is something you're wanting to push for and you're a diamond, ask Kevin what you need to do to be in his push to 1-star group. And then last but not least, before it gets to me, you work with Johnny On. He has the same thing as Kevin, where it's a 1-star group and a push to 2-star group. But the cool thing about when you get to that 2-star rank is then you have the opportunity to open up your second business center. And that is where, so I always like to think of diamond as you bought your boutique, you made it all cute, you figured out exactly what style you want everything to be. And then diamond is you're just barely clicking that open sign. 2-star is really where you start seeing that lucrative stuff, because you get to start being way more strategic in just how you place and all of that. So that's a little bit about what we do at corporate. So if you guys ever need anything from any of us, please reach out, because we want to make you as successful as possible. We want your visions to become a reality. We want you to hit whatever goal it is you're after to push for. So just a little plug on what we do at corporate. But today I'm really excited because, you guys, this is, in my opinion, the best time in the entire world to be a Beachbody coach. I have never, and I've been with the company 2.5 years, and I've known Beachbody for much longer than that because my best friend's husband was my boss for a little while, and he's worked with the company for like 8 years. I've never seen opportunities like this before. So Danielle did go over a little of the things, but I'm going to go through them one more time, but like why there's such a huge opportunity. And then the one I really want to hit on mostly is Summit, because Summit is just one of those things that can literally change your entire business. It can propel your business in any direction you want to take it, and it gives you that belief system to really truly be able to do that. So first, Danielle hit on it. Monday, we became a publicly traded company. So what does that mean for you guys as coaches? One, you can go buy stock, which is so awesome. You can put back into like what you're already a part of. But two, this is going to give you guys an opportunity to just have more products, more, like, if any of you guys have reached out to anyone in France, UK, this is going to give us an opportunity to go way more global. We have barely tapped the market on what we're capable of. And now we have the resources and the tools to actually be able to do that. A good example is Body, the live interactive that's going to be coming out in September. That is going to be huge. And just the fact that we're partnering with Mixed Bike, now we're competitive with Peloton. You know, like before, we already had the upper hand in the nutrition. We already had the upper hand in the fact that you guys truly have the challenge troops that are holding people accountable. Now we just have the resources to be able to have the actual bike that is going to make those live workouts go completely to the next level. So it is just a huge, huge, huge opportunity for you guys. And I want you guys with this to think strategically, like think like a business owner on, okay, what does it mean to be a publicly traded company? How can I talk about it? And what I mean by that is I was on the roundtable the other day, and Jamie Fitzpatrick posted a post that was, I don't know if you guys follow any of the super trainers, but the other day they all got together and they had a picture of each other at a barbecue. And when I looked at that picture, I thought, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like they're hanging out, how fun. Well, when Jamie looked at that picture, he saw a business opportunity. He said, I don't know who put this together or if they just did it for the first time, but how cool is it that it's truly showcasing what Team Beachbody actually encompasses? Not only are our super trainers giving us great content, great workouts, but they're friends, they're in alignment, they're pushing and cheering each other on for the success of everyone else. So I just thought that was really cool. So I want you guys, as you're thinking about what it means for us to be a publicly traded company, what does that mean for you as a business owner? So next we have I don't know if you guys have heard the Bod Squad promotion. So this is going to be a really, really cool promotion. So how it works is anytime you sign a new coach, a new customer, and then in August, we're going to, like late August, they'll have preferred customers. So when you assign a new preferred customer as well, because the promotion goes from July to August, that is going to create a Bod Squad. So what it goes on from there. So I want to give you an example. So say I signed Mary, Michael, Tom, Victor, and Leslie. 2 of those were coaches. 1 was a retail customer and 2 of those were preferred customers. That would give me a Bod Squad. So a Bod Squad is 5 people. Now, if Michael and Mary went and signed 2 new people, that would mean that I now have a Bod Squad of 7. And Mary has a Bod Squad of 2. So that's how the Bod Squad works. The really cool thing about the opportunity with this Bod Squad is you guys being able to dive deeper and deeper and deeper into your downlines. Because what we found is a lot of people only go a layer, maybe 2 layers deep, and then as it kind of trickles down, people kind of fall off. So it's going to give you an opportunity to really show and help those people realize how big of a role they play in Beachbody success, in your success, in your team, all coming together and working as one. So this promotion is going to be a really cool promotion. I think it's going to be a new way for us to look at who we're working with and how we can help them and what it really means to change their lives. And then Danielle touched on this. The 645 launch. I am so excited for this program. It is going to give you a whole new look in what it means to be a Beachbody coach in terms of what this program has to offer. Has everyone done the sample workout yet? So it's going to give us an opportunity to reach those people that are looking for that personal trainer vibe, right? Because beforehand, we have a lot of cues and all of that, but they're not necessarily going into form as deep as what Amwal is doing. I was talking to one of my coaches who has her personal trainer certification. I can't say that word. Mom brain. You know how it goes, I'm sure, for some of you. But she was talking about all of like the verbiage that Amwala was using is all what she had to learn for her certification. Oh, why can't I say that word? So I just think it's gonna be really cool in terms of the dynamic of, okay, when you go into your squat and you lift your heels up, that means you need to work on this while you're stretching in terms of your flexibility. So that way you can get the proper form. So it's just going to be a whole nother dive into like what a personal trainer, like it will feel like a personal trainer is in their home with them. And with Body Interactive, it's going to be so much better. It's going to be unreal. And now I want to talk about Summit. So how many of you have been to a summit first? Has anyone been to a summit? Okay, so Danielle, Allie, kind of. So does that mean you did the virtual last year?
I did the virtual last year. So like I've kind of sort of been, but not in person.
Okay, perfect. So you've had some. Okay, so Amanda, oh sorry, my baby's crying. Let me shut the door. They just got back from a walk. Sorry, guys. That's mom life. Hashtag mom life. We do what we gotta do. So Amanda, yep, you've been to a summit, or you did the live, or you did the virtual.
She's been.
Okay, perfect. Oh, okay, perfect. So you've been to 3 summits. That's awesome. So I want to talk to you guys about why Summit's so important and how we can prepare for it. So Summit, and I think this year is going to be different. Last year, like the virtual summit was great, but we were definitely learning. We were figuring out what a virtual event really looked like. But this year, it's going to be really cool because there's so much more interaction. They have a new platform. When you guys do your workouts, it's going to be a test into the body. So you're going to be able to see yourself on the screen, which is going to be really, really cool. I got to test out Amala's with him. Oh my heck, it freaking kicked my butt. I felt like so embarrassed because it was just a test for the workout, but like it's really cool because he can literally call you out on your ish. Like, Amanda, you are not doing that correctly. This is what you need to fix. It's gonna be unreal. And a lot of you, who is all going to Arizona?
Just Jamie and I from this
Okay,
call.
perfect.
Allie
Is
would
anyone
be.
else getting together for Summit?
We have a few pregnant people and things like that, or Allie would be there working
That's
it
okay.
out.
Only because I'm due the 17th of July. If it was like later, I would be there. But you know, pushing a little close.
Yes, like let's not go into labor like while in Arizona.
No.
That would be no good. Let's not have that. But congratulations, that is so stinking fun. My baby's almost 1, and so I totally understand that. Last year I wasn't going to be able to go to Summit, so secretly I was grateful it was a virtual event, except for I hated it for all of you guys. But so it's going to bring the community. That's one thing that I want to say about Summit is the community and the culture that it truly creates is unlike anything you've ever experienced before. It truly, the theme this year is everybody, and it truly is such a cool experience because you realize that there are so many different walks of life that all come together for a common goal, and that is to truly change people's lives, to help people achieve their goals to live healthy, fulfilling lives. And it just really encompasses exactly what that is. So I'm super, super excited that you guys get to attend it virtually at your home or in Arizona or wherever that may be, because it truly is such an amazing experience. So one of the things that I want you guys to do to prepare for Summit, so we're going to do a little exercise, is I want you guys to reaffirm your vision. So we're going to do the exercise now that's going to help you get your brain going on things that you can do to solidify your vision in this company. Because something that I found is June tends to be that slower month because kids are getting out of school, maybe you're a teacher, or even just the fact that the weather is getting warmer and like our priorities kind of shift. We want to go to the barbecues, we want to go to the parties, we want to go to all those things. That if you have a solid vision as to why you need to put just even an hour of your day, prioritize an hour of your day to make this something that's so important, it is going to change everything in the future. So I'm going to see if I can share my screen. Sometimes, okay, can you make me co-host just so I can share my screen? So Micah Folsom did this podcast on how to solidify your vision. And this has seriously I love it, because one of the things that I found is with vision, sometimes we have a struggle because we want to picture what the dream house is going to look like, the vacations we're going to want, all the traveling, but it's really hard to do that until we dive deeper into our 24-hour vision of what that 24-hour perfect day really looks like. So this is going to help you build that foundation and then dream a little bigger. And the first thing I want to say is we as women sometimes have a struggle with allowing ourselves to want more, but it is 100% okay to be grateful for everything you have and still want more. And with your vision, I would do this brain dump quarterly, because as you achieve goals, as things change in your lives, as different things happen throughout, you're going to change your why, you're going to change your vision. So that way you can make sure you always have a reason to push for what it is you're going for. So let me get it into slideshow mode real fast. Sorry, guys. Come on. Oh, I don't want to go from the beginning. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Ignore all of that. I just wanted to go through the one part. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay. So brain dump number 1. I want you guys to write out all of your contrast statements. So what does that mean? So I want you to look at your 24-hour mundane life. Not when you're on vacation, not when you're at Summit, but your mundane everyday life. And I want you to ask yourself, what are some of the frustrations you have in life right now? So when I was asking one of my coaches this, she said, I hate more than anything that I have to rush the kids out the door as fast as humanly possible, and we never get to have breakfast together. It just never happens. And so I always had to leave all of their food out at the daycare and pray that they didn't come and ask for another hug, because I didn't have time, because I had to get to the office as fast as possible. What are the things that stress you out? Is it just, gosh, I'm trying to make sure the house is clean. I'm trying to make sure I balance everything. What are the things that stress you out in your 24-hour day? What are some of the things that cause friction in your relationship? What are some of the things that make it hard for you and your partner to live cohesively because of that one thing that's really just holding you back from where you want to be and the person you want to be? What causes you some things to worry about? And if you could change anything in your life, what would that be? So if we can really figure out what our frustrations are, what are the things that are hard for us in our life, it's going to be that much easier to know why we're working on the things that we want each and every day. So the next brain dump I want you guys to do is, if I had a magic wand and I were to say, if I had all the time and money in the entire world, what would a typical day in your life look like? What would it look like? So how would you be spending your time? Who would you be spending your time with? How would you feel about your body? What would your body look like? What is your confidence like? What are you doing with your family? Are you with your family? Are you off, traveling the world? What are you showing up to in the world, right? What does your view look like? So when you're waking, is waking up early and going out and drinking coffee out on your balcony while you just meditate and enjoy the mornings in the quiet? Or are you getting up with the kids and spending that full morning with them? What does that everyday mundane life look like? And then the third brain dump that I want you to do is, what are your heart's desires? And with this one, is it that you want a farm with property? And when you say, okay, I want the farm with property, when that limiting belief comes in, like, oh no, I could never afford that. Why? And I want you to write out all of the limiting beliefs and the comments, the negative thoughts that come out with that, because those are the limiting beliefs, the things that are telling you that you can't do it. And figuring out what it is. Like, do you want to be a Nobel Peace winner? Do you want to be a public speaker? Do you want to join the Peace Corps? Like, what are the things that, like, if you could conquer the world, what are those things and why do you want them? And then all of those negative self-thoughts that come out, I want you to create an opposite affirmation for each and every one of those things. So for me, public speaking. So for my job, I have to go, and for Super Weekends, I have to get on stage and I have to talk. I definitely had a limiting belief about my ability to be a public speaker. Like, just scared the heck out of me, was like, I have nothing to offer. So my opposite affirmation is, you have the energy, you have the passion, and you have the love for the people that you're speaking to. That's all you need to be able to give them what they need. And so whatever that negative thought is that comes in, whether it be like the property, like what if you want the property on the farm that is going to cost you a lot of money and you say there's no way in heck, what are the things that you would have to do every single day to make that actually happen? And so I want you to do this and really dive in deep from these questions and look at this after and prepare for before summit, because, oh, sorry, now my share screen popped over here. Because what's going to happen is when you go to summit, there is going to be a brain dump overload of information. So my second thing is, know that you are probably going to feel a little overwhelmed with all of the trainings, with all of the motivational speakers, with all of the things that are going on. So first thing I want you to do is I want you to make sure that you're taking lots of notes, but next to those notes, I want you to write a little P, S, T, or PD next to it. So what these stand for. So if you find something that somebody says that you would like as a post, that you're real like, oh my gosh, that's a perfect story that I want to be able to share, you're going to put a little P next to it. So that way, when you're going back through your notes and you're like, why the heck did I write that down? Oh yeah, that's a good post idea. The next one for the S is systems. Different systems that you think would be great for you to be able to implement into your business. If somebody gives you a good tip about onboarding and what their onboarding system looks like, or sneak peeks and what that system looks like, whatever that is, I want you to have that S next to it. So that way, when you go back through those notes, you're ready to go. And then T is for trainings. So for your next team calls, if you're like, oh my heck, we have to do that topic for our next team call, make sure you've got that T. And then the last one is personal development. So say our keynote speaker says some things that are just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the best thing in the entire world. I'm so excited for it. I want you to put a PD next to it, because maybe that's the next book you're going to choose to read, or the next quote you're going to share on a team call that you're really excited about personal development wise. So then after you've taken all of your notes, sorry guys, I'm a 7 on the Enneagram, so I have to have notes in front of me because I literally will be everywhere.
Hey, Brandy, I was going to add one more thing to that, just from the 6-7 summits that I've done. Totally
Yes.
agree with all those things. I would actually say get a blank notebook for summit so you can keep yourself organized, and have the first page completely blank. So as you guys hear things, you have an action item list on that first page as you go back through your notes, or if you hear something that you're like, I need to implement this now. I put like 5 to 10 hot items on that front page, so that when I come home from summit, or you guys are watching it virtually, when you process the next week and per the team calendar, we're going to do a post summit team call to go through all this stuff, you have an action item list for yourself right off the bat, so that as you have the whole notebook of all the stuff that you're not going to implement all of, you have those couple main items that hit you of like, I need to implement this in the next month or in the next 3 months. That's really helped me post summit over the last 6-7 years.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's perfect, because then it really is like right in the front. You're not having to dig for it. And so after you put your little notes, this is something kind of similar. You're going to do a brain dump of your notes, and then you're going to go through and you're going to organize it. So you're going to start with your number 1 priority, and you're going to work your way down. And then what I want you to do is I want you to pick 3 things that you want to implement now. Because I was talking on a mastermind today, and I was asking them, like, what are some of the things that they do to prepare? And I really loved this, because so she picks 3 things. She's been, like Danielle, to multiple summits. She is still utilizing notebooks from her first summit that now, where she's at in her business, makes sense to her that didn't make sense at first. So realizing all those notes are very important, because it might not be applicable to you now, but later on, it very well could be something that you're really excited about, and you can go back through and figure out what that is. So I just want you to pick 3 3 things that you decide you want to implement now. And maybe you make sure it's from the 3 different that, so you want to pick something that you want to choose as a training, pick something you want as a post, and pick something you want as a system that you're wanting to implement now. And then as you continue onward, you can implement more, but just don't let yourself get overwhelmed through the process, because that's the one thing that I don't want. I don't want you to have all of these good, amazing ideas that you're like, yes, 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 yes. And then not one of them gets implemented because you're like, where the heck do I start? I don't even know what I'm doing right now. And then number 3 is I want you to share your experience, especially while you're feeling what you're feeling. So that doesn't mean that you have to go live while you're listening, because I do really want you to focus on the training. But as you're writing those notes down, like at the end of each day, I want you to share it. I want you to share why you love it, why it meant something to you, why it excited you. So that way you're really showcasing people what this opportunity truly means for you and for them. And with that being said, be thinking of things that you can share on how you're overcoming objections through the process. So when you're getting no's and for the reasons why they have no's, if something rings true to you at Summit, like share how it helped you overcome the objection, share how it helps them like want to say yes, right? And then number 4 is unplug during the trainings. This is so much easier when you're at an event in person than it is when you're just listening to the event. So if you can, take a little bit of time off work or get a babysitter for an hour or whatever it is you need to do. And I know that that's so hard to do, but if you truly want to move your business forward, I get it. Like every time Sloan's on my lap, I can't get a single thing done. I have such good intentions, but it just doesn't happen. And I want to give her the attention. So then I miss so many key points. So give yourself that time to truly, truly unplug and really absorb all of the things that you're learning. And then I want you to, number 5, enjoy all of it. So if you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, if you feel like you're getting too much information, remember the whole point of Summit is to come together to really understand Beachbody's culture, to understand what what impact you guys truly have on this world. Because one of my favorite things about my entire job is the first time I meet with somebody, I always ask them, why did you join Beachbody? And every single time without fail, because it changed my life. Every single time. Nobody ever says anything else, even if it's I had one girl, she joined as a Beachbody coach while she was drunk because she was an alcoholic. And she has now been sober since a month into her coaching journey because of what Beachbody did for her. It literally was not something she ever had any intention. She was so intoxicated. She randomly was like, oh, sure, I'll join. And now it has 100% transformed her life. And she was one of those angry drunks that hated everything about life. So it's just so cool. I want you guys to remember, how has it changed your life? And remember, you now have the opportunity to pay that forward. And Summit is going to be the opportunity for you to understand how much you're actually paying that opportunity forward and how much of an impact. The Beachbody Challenge, man, I bawl my eyes out every single time, every single year, because it is truly oh my gosh, these people's lives are 100% changed forever because somebody decided to step out of their comfort zone and say, hey, do you want to join my challenge group? I'm here to support you in any way I can. And they took this step forward to be able to do that. And then number 6 is I want you to remember your vision and share your experience. So after you guys go through and you figure out what are those frustrations? What is that perfect 24-hour? And then what does that big, massive goal and vision look like? Share it. Share the heck out of it. Get everyone excited about it, because you sharing your vision is giving other people permission to do the same. It's giving them the ability to say, gosh, maybe I do want to change a few things in my life. Maybe there is something to what she's doing, because she is truly happy and super passionate about what it is she's doing. And then last but not least is I want you guys to make sure you put what you learn into action. Because if we go and we learn, and then we never put it into action. So I want to share a little story with you about Sydney Maurer. She is a manager with me. Actually, she just got promoted to director, which is really, really cool. But she's over the West. And at NLC one year, she shared the story that was so cool and so impactful. So she's been with Beachbody for 6 years. She decided to go and message or go through all of her Facebook friends and find one coach that was a Beachbody coach. And she messaged this girl and she said, "Hey, I'm just curious. Why did you never invite me to this opportunity?" And the girl said, "Well, you have a boat, so I've seen you in your swimsuit and you have a really nice body. So I didn't think you needed to lose weight. And I knew that you worked for this mortgage company and you have this amazing job and you're getting paid really well. So you didn't need the finances. And I knew that you had this really tight knit group of friends that you've been friends with forever. So I didn't really think you needed the community." She's like, "You know what? That really pissed me off." And if you know Sydney, she's like really feisty. She's like, "I was pissed." She said, "Little did you know, I had been struggling with an eating disorder for years and years and years. So I might have had a really good looking body, but it was not a healthy body. And every single day I left my job, I cried my eyes out because I hated it so much that I would have loved if you had offered this to me. And last, I had no friends because I had pushed them all away because of my eating disorder. Like I couldn't handle having a relationship because I hated myself so much. So I would have 100% been able to benefit from the community." So she said, "How dare you take an opportunity away from me just because you made an assumption about who I was?" And so I want you guys to realize that just because somebody looks like they have a picture perfect life, it is not our responsibility to take that opportunity away. It's their opportunity. It's their like decision on whether or not they want to take it. And to go a little bit further, I had a coach who was at NLC who was like, "You know what? I bet there's people out there who I haven't reached out to because I didn't take this plunge." So she went through and she messaged all 432 Facebook friends that she had, and she got back 12 no's. But the ironic thing about the 12 no's was they all said no because they joined somebody else. And so I want you to realize that if you're not taking that opportunity, she was like, "I freaking had fed them from my colored containers. I'd given them Shakeology, and I asked them all like, 'Hey, why didn't you join me?' You knew I was a Beachbody coach. Like I literally wear Beachbody shirts every day of my life." And they all said, "Because you didn't ask. And I wasn't at the mental space that I could ask you." And then she said, "Who did you join?" And they all said, "Some random chick on Instagram." So I just want you guys to realize like you're going to learn so many things. You have the ability to change so many people's lives, and know that you guys are the ones that are going to do it in a way that's so passionate and so exciting. And you're going to be the ones that are going to get them the best results. You're going to be the ones that are going to help them dream bigger because you guys have the passion and excitement behind it. So just remember, like Summit is such an amazing event. I want you to go. I want you to learn. I want you to grow. I want you to absorb all of it. And then I want you to pick just a couple of things and put those things into action and just be excited and passionate about it. And if you can do that, you guys are going to be able to achieve whatever the heck it is you want in this life, in this world, in your business, whatever it is. So do any of you guys have any questions about what I do or any questions about anything at all? Yes. Allie, so true.
I was just going to say, it makes me think of if you never ask, the answer is always no. And if you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and as a new coach, you're going to say things that don't make sense because you're like a freshman in college. You don't know where the classes are and you don't know how to take the test. It comes with practice, but that's the cool thing is like every coach on here has learned so much about themselves when they take those steps outside their comfort zone. And I'm going to ask you guys one more challenge on top of all the stuff that Brandy gave us tonight. at Summit, they announce where next year's Summit is, and they offer tickets at a very discounted price to commit to next year. And so I challenge each and every single one of you on this call and everybody that watches the recording to buy that ticket and commit to the next 365 days of offering this opportunity to somebody. Because if you think like very small minded and just like, oh, I'm going to try this for a month and see what happens, like, no, you guys have amazing stories that are so unique to you. And Brandy just gave us an incredible growth to do over the next couple weeks that will set us up for the next year. And that can seem scary because some of you may have never committed to something a year in advance, but there's nothing better that I've ever done in my life than staying consistent. Not crazy, not over the top, but like just consistency is everything in this business and building a community or whatever you want that to look like. So get the ticket and then go help 3 people and offset the cost. Like that's how I always look at it, as like a clear, concrete goal. Sit with your coach, do the numbers, figure out how many people you need to help to offset the cost. I know Allie would get her baby out like yesterday if she could be in Arizona. And to leave you with one more story, and then we'll hop off. And thank you guys for staying here. And thank you to Brandy. Allie was a discount coach of mine for 2 years, guys. She had tried coaching like right when she started and she went Emerald. So she helped 2 people for new coaches. And then she just kind of dabbled and did her own thing, right? And I was just like, in the background, I was so frustrated because I was like, dude, you'd be awesome. Just freaking do it. Just be consistent. Just keep posting, right? All the things that you want your coaches to do. But she had to do it her way. And her way was getting on Virtual Summit last year and taking in all the trainings that you guys are going to get access to the same way this year, but even better. And she made a decision last July that was very clear. She said, I don't want to spend Fridays at work. I want to spend Fridays with my son. And she made that happen in 3 months. And now she has her second baby on the way and her goals are even bigger. And she's grown a team. And like Sarah would not be on this call if Allie didn't make that decision last July. So I just want to remind you that you never know what you can do in a year. And maybe you've been sitting as a coach on this team for a few months and things haven't been going your way. This is the reset button. Like right now, it's right here. It's right in front of you. So don't waste this opportunity because I've seen Allie grow so much, not because of whatever I did, because she chose to take the action and implement what she learned and have that vision that I'm no longer spending Fridays at work, I'm spending it with my family. So hold on to that vision because it can just change the way you live your life. And Allie, I don't know if you want to add anything else, but it's just so cool to see your coaches make those concrete goals happen themselves because they decided to put in the work. And now I consider her an equal and we work together, which is super duper cool for me. You want to add anything, Allie?
I was just going to add about make sure you have a connected why to why you're doing the business, which has to do with that brain dump that Brandy shared. But that's why, like, when I first had Grayson and coach can kind of dabbled, I didn't really have a concrete why. And once I had that why and had that I want Fridays off as my why, it made me push and hit Success Club 10 almost every month thereafter for a year. So make sure you have a why. It definitely helps. And if any of you guys need help figuring out your why, just reach out to me or Danielle, and we're more than happy to help you.
I love that. Yes, have a why and also realize the impact that you guys, like, it's crazy to me. Like, I get to be a teeny tiny portion of like watching you guys succeed. And it is the coolest thing in the entire world watching like you guys just pave the way for like this world becoming a better place because of the little tiny things that you sacrifice and do each and every day just so that you can help people and serve people. And it's amazing. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for the sacrifices you guys make.
Thank you, Brandy, for kicking off July for us, guys. It is now officially launch week. It is officially go time. It's officially time to lock in that why, connect to the team for help, and let's go heck out of launching this program and changing a lot of lives and kicking off Summit Week with you. Your goals are already done. Like, I'm going to challenge everybody on this team, whatever your goal is for July, make it done before Summit so that you can really give your focus and time to everything that's coming at you at Summit. That's probably my last goal to give to y'all, because it sucks sitting there like wanting to take it all in and you're like, oh, I gotta hit Success Club, or this person hasn't messaged me back, or I haven't got set up. No, hustle the next 2 weeks and get that ish done so that you can do you and set yourself up for the next year in the last 2 weeks of July. All right, guys. Thank you, Brandy. We appreciate you. Thank you guys for staying on tonight. And I will see you guys. Bring all your challengers next week on our team call. Let's hype up discount coaches. Like, this is a huge shift in the way we do things. And I'm really excited to share it with y'all. Have a great July 4th, guys. And I will talk to y'all next week. Thanks, Brandy.
Guys, bye.